Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of the How's It Going podcast, episode 39. And yeah, we've got three special guests today rather than one, and they're a part of a music group called Musical Geniuses. And yeah, that's enough for the intro, I guess. So would you like to just introduce yourselves?
I'm Charles Smith of Canterbury II.
Oh, days.
I'm Logan Reniff.
I'm Saint T.
All right, nice.
Yeah, I can already tell you by the sound.
Yeah.
That's BTB, if you're wondering.
And I'm BTB, but my display name is quite simple.
All right, yeah.
Wi-Fi's going a bit.
Is my Wi-Fi messed up or something?
Yeah.
It'll be all right in the edit.
Oh, okay. It's sick. That's what we want. That's what we like.
Kind of like start it off. I understand you guys are like a band, I'm guessing.
Rap group, yeah, it's different genres really. Like there's a bit of rap, bit of singing. You know, Logan does a lot of singing, but he also does rap. Everything R&B in there. You know, loads of stuff.
I think it's good that you're doing this because one, it's diverse, and two, you're quite young, so I think it's good. And I understand you're putting out an album. So. You're trying to put out an album by this year. Could you tell us a bit about
this year?
Yeah, well, we're hopefully all going to be on it. We're going to have a few select tracks each with no one outside the group. So it's just going to be like a collaborative thing within the group. When are we having it out?
Well, we're reviewing it in February. I'm not sure when the date will be. Probably somewhere in the summer or something like that. Springtime. But there's also, it's not just us three, there's another three members because we're split across England, Wales and USA.
All right.
We're in Southampton, me and Brad. Logan's in Leeds. We've got Kobe from Swansea in Wales. Ruben's also from Southampton, and then you've got Damien from Connecticut in the States, which is so we've got a lot of variety.
That's quite cool actually.
So it's good that man.
How do you guys like how did you guys come to form a band? Obviously, because you're on different parts of the world. Like, how is that?
Well, obviously, like social media and stuff. Like we come across each other. Like I suppose, like me and Saint T have been friends since like school, but we come across each other over like social media and shit. So yeah.
Your voice is a bit weird, mate.
Is it? That's good.
He's rapping it. Yeah. He's rapping the podcast.
Yeah. Of course.
Me, Brad, and Ruben already knew each other. I met Logan on Twitter back in March 2020, and then I met Damien a long time ago through something completely different, and then Logan met Kobe, so we all just formed a group chat on Snapchat, and then since then we've just been making songs together.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, man, that's chilling.
Banging.
I wanted to ask you guys, what does it actually take to put an album together? Like, what do you think like the components you need? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you got to make sure that all the songs aren't the same, because otherwise it just gets really boring.
Yeah,
facts.
Like with Reese's new album that he's put out, Mental War, he's got a few tracks that are very different, like Outcast.
Variety. Definitely
very different to the rest of the songs.
I think it's pretty cool, like how you guys have all, you all come from different backgrounds and you have different genres, and then when you put them together, you're just making, sick tracks and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's hard to mix them at times, with rap and acoustic and singing. But we always, with the new album, it's going to be, there won't be many tracks of all of us, but there'll definitely be one at least, because it's hard to mix all the genres. Because we've got, like indie and rock and rap. So, but, it'll be a lot of variety on the album. So hopefully we can do bits. It'll be good.
That sounds good. I think it's good that you're not just having like the same style, because mostly on albums like say Eminem songs, it's all rap because obviously he's a rapper. But with this one, you have like more diversity, which I think is good and different in the music industry, because I'm trying to get into the music industry, and I think what you guys doing is actually really cool, because like it takes like a lot of hard work to put out an album. especially
Definitely,
especially like
Obviously.
if you haven't got like if you haven't got a lot of popularity, I think it's quite hard, to put out an album. But I think if you guys just go for it, then that's good. I think that's really good.
Yeah, it's all about confidence, really. I mean, like at the start, it was quite hard. Me and Brad were making music on the low for about 4 months before we started to release stuff. And then that was just to sort of build up our confidence, make our tracks as good as we could. But I mean, even then, since we started putting them out in like 2019, they've gotten so much better over a start of the time. Like the start of your career, you do grow as an artist so much in the first like year or so. So it's always good to go back and look at what you originally made and what you're making now, and just seeing the progress is,
Lockdown last year helped me a lot. I think it helped you two a lot as well, because I don't know who said it. I think it might have been Ed Sheeran, but if you grind out like a song a day or 2 songs a day, then you're gonna get better no matter what.
Yeah,
and that's what
he said about the 1,000-hour rule as well, or something like that.
Yeah.
So like, once you've done 1,000 hours, you're like considered a professional or something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
It's
like in a previous episode, me, Luke, and Liam were all saying, that COVID and that, if you think about it, is probably doing a lot of artists and creative people a bit of good, because they can actually sit and work on the talents. And like you guys, you can all work on your music from home. You see, I can tell you're all very professional with your mics and that. So you boys are chilling, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we did work a lot on our music during lockdown, but that's mainly because we don't go to a studio anyway. We have our own home studio set up, which obviously took a while to get right and everything. Like we've only really just started how to fully learn to make professional music over the last few months, to be honest. But it's actually not that hard if you're just looking for a normal sound. It's not that hard to produce that. But if you want to take it to the next level, it could take a year or so to understand all the ways.
Yeah.
And with your music production, obviously, I'm trying to get into it. So if you ever need help, contact me or Owen or Liam. We'd happily help you out with stuff like that if you need it. But
thank you.
As Owen said, it's good that you're taking this professionally, and like obviously you're doing this for the passion. You're not doing this to like get popularity. So I think could you tell us a bit more about what music means to you, like as a person?
Music for me is a way that I can release everything. I write to forget. So if I write a song, I can put everything, like a past situation that's got me hurt, into a song, and I can release it, or I can just bin it and forget about it completely, and I can move on with my life.
What you've just said then is really key, because obviously in music it's driven by passion and emotion.
You put your emotions into
it's like
a song.
you put all that emotion into a song, you're going to make a banger of a tune. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's really good that you've said that, because I think people need to understand, in any creative art, if you put your true feelings into it, it's gonna, it's gonna take off.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at the beginning of when me and Brad started to make music, just us two, we were sort of just making raps about whatever we wanted, whatever came to mind. But I mean, now, like with my new album and with Brad's one that will eventually come out, and with Musical Geniuses, like everything is in depth a lot more. Like we speak about personal events, and at the same time, you don't want to make it too personal because you want other people to relate to it at the same, because otherwise it's pointless them listening to it. But I mean, as Logan said, like it's just a way to forget everything else. Like the emotion in our songs is what I think, as a group, we mainly focus on, is the emotion.
Man.
And I think going back to, like, as you said, putting emotions into a song, that's, as Owen said, that's key, because a lot of people like think stereotypical rappers are going to be like rapping about money, fame, stuff like that. But some people forget about the key points of a song, and it's not just about fame and the money. It's about, if you put how you're feeling into a track, people are going to like it more because it's realistic, and 2, people can actually relate to it. Like you said, they can relate to it because other people, especially in lockdown, they can relate to stuff. If you're saying how you've had a bad day, like you've had a really bad day in lockdown, people can relate to that, and then they'll want to listen to it more.
Yeah, because a lot of the time when you're writing stuff, you've got to think about what do the people who don't really listen to the lyrics think as well.
Yeah.
You got to think of basic stuff that will connect to them, as well as out of the box stuff that will connect to the smart people.
I suppose also you got like the sound aspect as well. Like you gotta like have like a somewhat decent like sound. Like if you want to put like a melody into your songs, you gotta put like a good melody in so people will want to listen. Like it's catchy and stuff. So people want to hear that sort of stuff. But also, you kind of if you want to, you gotta make the lyrics personal to you as well.
Yeah. It's all about being true to yourself and obviously to your fans. Because I mean, I had to listen to some of your guys' songs, and I really think you've got potential. You know, I really do, and I mean that.
Thank
you know, because obviously your dedication and your determination to get where you want to be, you just don't get that a lot, especially at your guys' age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You started out now, especially during lockdown, because you couldn't. As ridiculous as this is going to sound, you probably couldn't have started at a better time because, you know, you're all connecting more than ever because of lockdown, because you've got to be at home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
What else are you going to do while you're stuck inside? You might as well do something that, you know, that's going to make you happy.
Exactly. I think it literally saved a lot of our mental health as well. Like being an artist at this time, it helps a lot. Just getting stuff off your mind when there's not really anyone to talk to, you know, other than the people you live with. Putting it out into a song and then showing your mates or whatever. That's such a good way to express yourself.
Making music also helps you. Making music also helps you appreciate music a lot more as well.
Yeah, because you've had first-hand experience of it, and then you can like respect other artists that are doing the work that they do.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said about melodies, do any of you guys play any instruments?
I play a few. It's just me.
I know Liam.
Literally just Logan.
I don't.
Yeah.
Liam plays the drums.
Yeah.
So he's like, because what am I gonna say? He has a good idea of music, even though he doesn't want to do music as like a career. He has a good understanding of it because he used to take lessons. Did any of you guys take lessons in school or like that?
I used to take vocal lessons. I can't anymore because I'm not going back to school. I used to take guitar lessons, but I didn't really take many guitar lessons, and then everything else. All right. Everything else I just sort of learned off by heart. I've got a saxophone that's just chilling.
Saxophone.
I'm learning. Yeah.
I don't know many people who play
that. And
I disconnected. Sorry.
That's all right.
I can play bass from learning guitar, which is it's quite easy to play. I've learned drums just from listening to drums.
Ruben plays a guitar too, right? Yeah, Ruben plays a guitar.
Ruben plays guitar. He could probably play bass as well.
Yeah, right. I think he can.
Yeah.
So we've got a few instruments in there, but to be honest, most of the time we don't. Well, I know Ruben does, and I think Logan has in the past as well. Most of the time we use and pay for beats online. A lot of the time we don't record our own instruments, but I know Ruben does a lot. I think Logan has as well. But I mean, like for me and Brad, we're mainly rappers. We're different. Me, I do grime, and Brad does melodic rap.
You know.
But we sort of blend in together, but we don't normally use our own instruments. You know, with rap, it's not as easy to record stuff.
I want to be able to get an audio interface so I can start recording.
You're just on like that career journey though, you know. You've only just started, and it's all about going up that pathway until you get successful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just got to have that mindset that you believe that you can achieve what you want to achieve.
You got to have a positive mindset that you can say, all right, I am going to do this. There's not going to be like, oh, I might. You will do it. Like, if you have that mindset, then you're going to go far with it.
Yeah.
Going back to your album. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
I was just going to say, how do you guys find it creating music over like Zoom and stuff like that? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously you said you've got a member in Connecticut.
Yeah, so we've all got iPhones, so we normally like FaceTime each other and all that. But like, I mean, we've known Damien from the States me and Brad have known him for about a year and a bit. And he's just he's been helping us with our own stuff and then putting in features. But all we've been doing is finding a beat, or Damien makes his own beats, which is not easy to do.
Yeah, he's a good
and sometimes he is a very good producer. Yeah,
very good, very good.
We'll use his beat, or we'll find one online and sort of mix them both together. And I'll just send over my part. He'll send his part back. We've got a pretty easy system, really.
Right. That's cool. That's cool. I think it's good that one of you is a producer, so you don't have to like get your beats from online. One of you can just make one, which is better in a band.
Do you think like after COVID and stuff, you do kind of like band meetups with you all together if you can?
Yeah, I mean we've done. Logan came to see us in Southampton in October.
I'd like to do that.
We've met Logan. Yeah, we've met Logan in October, and we've got plans to meet Kobe from Wales in August, and hopefully Damien from the States. But I mean, it will cost so much for him to fly out here. So, and then if we by then have a fan base, then it'd be cool to meet all up, up with all them. But we have a small fan base now, but it's not big enough to do anything like meetups or anything. But I think after the Musical Geniuses album, we should have something going at least.
Yeah, definitely. You just got to keep working at it, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro. You'll all take off.
Going back to the album, do you have like kind of a release date or around a time in this year where you want to release it?
Not really. I mean, kind of.
Hopefully by mid-year.
Yeah, we've got a little. We've got where we want to do it is mid-year this year, but we're reviewing it in February and seeing where we are, and then we'll work on it from there. Really, but it could be spring, it could be summer. We're not really sure yet, really.
Yeah. We've already got a lot of songs to be fair, so we could be done by February, and then if we're done by then, we can release it within the next month or two. So
yeah. Just keep going. Make sure all the songs are perfect. Like, make sure it can be the best you can, because it's your. I'm guessing this is your first big project that you're going to work on, so you want to make it
together.
The best you can.
Yeah,
got to make it the best you can. Which I think it's kind of hard. I think we've already said this, but it's kind of hard for people, especially young, to get out there. Like while we're doing this podcast, we're trying to get out there more. That's why we're bringing guests on. So how are you guys going on about getting out there, like putting yourselves out there in the world?
Well,
it is hard, to be fair.
Yeah, personally, I'm signed to a label in New York, but I mean, it's an independent label, so you get a complete like custody over what you put out. I get to choose whatever I put out. They don't have any say in that, but I have my own PR and things. It's called Bentley Records in New York. They signed me about 5 months ago. It's a 1-year contract. I don't know if I'll re-sign it next year. We'll have to see. But they just help with promotion and stuff and getting me features where I get paid and all that sort of stuff. But it's not like a label where they tell you what to do. I don't really want that, if I'm honest, because I want to be able to put out my own material and be in control. Exactly, yeah. So I have a label, but it's very independent.
Personally, for me, it's like trust in loyalty and loyalty of people. Because like it's even hard to get 5 people to listen to all of your songs.
It's a hard market. It's a hard market. But like, have you guys ever thought about long-term thinking and your futures? Have you ever thought about your plans in the future? You know what I mean? So where would you want to be at in, say, the next year, for example?
Well, I want to hit 2,000 followers by the end of this year.
Yeah, right. Setting goals.
Realistic.
Yeah. Well, all the viewers better be going and following each of my guys' Instagrams and stuff.
Socials.
Yeah.
So for this album, when do you think that you can say, like you've kind of, well, not made it as a sort, but you've accomplished your goals at this point? So
I think it'll be years.
Not when you release it, but like
yeah.
I think when people are trying to like record stuff, they have like doubts about if they're gonna make it, or if it's not gonna do well, or if no one's gonna buy it or whatever. So how do you guys kind of like take your mind away from that?
I think it takes years, to be honest, to be at your best spot. I mean, even Eminem says on his new album, after rapping for like 22 years, he says, I'm only going to keep getting better. Still at exactly. I'm still not there. Everyone progresses and just won't ever stop progressing until they retire. But I mean, I feel we're all in a good space at the moment. When we first started making music together, we were, amateur at best, but lockdown, as you say, helped us so much, to really concentrate on what we're doing. And we've gotten to a good enough place to put out an album. And then if that does well, next year it could be another one. And I mean, we were all releasing singular albums. Like I've already released 2, one from last year and one from this year. But we're all working on our own stuff like EPs and albums. But the joint stuff, yeah, that's where we're going to really put our focus into in the next few weeks and months.
Yeah, I don't want to release an album until I get quite a bit bigger. But I think I'll hopefully release an EP soon.
That's a good point, actually. When people release an album, sometimes it tends to be when they get like more followers, or they've got a YouTube channel and they get loads of subscribers or whatever. Why are you guys confident that your album will do good in about, I don't know, whenever you said mid-year? Do you think you will be at this level of confidence where you think this is going to do good?
I mean, with my album personally, what I did with mine is although now I am focusing on numbers a lot more, at the time it was just more, that is what I enjoy the most out of making any sort of music, is just making an album, putting everything together. But if you really want an album to do well, it's going to take a lot of money. You do have to invest to be able to have a successful album, because people won't just stumble across your music. You have to pay for promotion and things. But I feel like our album could really do well because of all the variety and things. It'll be one song with 2 rappers, one song with 2 rock artists, and things like that. I think it could do well as long as we just invest in it. And with all 6 of us, we should be able to put a lot of money into it, hopefully.
Also, there's something, I feel like there's something for everyone on this album. Like everyone will want to listen to at least one of these songs. If you don't, then fair enough.
Oh yeah, because it's diverse and it's
people
who have different music tastes, they'll be happy because it's not just, if they don't like rappers, they can listen to some acoustic or indie or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing, to have diverse songs rather than just one continuous thing.
Definitely. Yeah.
So also, running your band, you've got to kind of think of it from a business standpoint, because obviously there's 6 of you, so you've got to, work as a team and find, you know what I'm saying. But have you ever thought about it when, as you progress, you might need to start thinking about, managers, labels, all that sort of stuff?
Definitely. True. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get signed to a label, a proper label, where they are in charge of what you put out and your promotion and all that. But I mean, we would definitely accept if someone came towards us. Like, we've already all spoken about that. It's not easy sometimes, deciding on things, because there's 6 of us. Luckily, we are all on a similar wavelength, and we all know each other quite well, so that helps. But a lot of the time, one of us want to do this, someone else won't. So we've got to find a mixture. But luckily, all of us are cool with finding something in between where we can all settle on a decision.
One of the reasons we made Musical Geniuses is if one of us blows up, then the rest of us do.
Man, that's a smart way of thinking.
It's kind of equal. It's kind of being equal, isn't it?
So it's smart that though, because you all come from different backgrounds, so there's all different markets for, your music. You've got a guy in America, a guy in Wales. You know what I'm saying? So you're really playing your cards really well.
So going back to your group, do you ever have any disagreements when it comes to choices of what kind of beat you want to do, what kind of lyrics or whatever like that? Do you have any kind of disagreements?
We've had a little bit, but I mean, it's not been too bad. A lot of the time when someone says, it wouldn't turn into an argument, because we were all quite fine with accepting everyone's opinions. So one person would say maybe it would sound better like that, the other person would try it out, and then we'd have we'll vote between us to see whatever version's better. A lot of the time, me and Logan and Brad were working on a song which has a music video coming out pretty soon on 13th of February. Song's called Coastline. It's out on platforms, but there was a bit of distortion at the beginning on my part and Brad's part, and Logan preferred it without, whereas me and Brad preferred it, with the distortion. So eventually we came to the decision where it was 2 voting against 1, so we kept the distortion in the end. But Logan wasn't mad about it. That's just how it is. We're all
I cried myself to
something,
it's better to not have big arguments and just kind of laugh it off or whatever.
You're
gonna get there.
I mean, you guys all seem really level-headed, and you have a really straightforward way of thinking, which is a good, man.
Yeah, if you don't think you're already at a level of quality, then.
And I can tell even just by talking to you guys, you're not these people who are doing it for money and attention. You're doing it all because you enjoy music as an art form. You know what I mean?
I'm not even registered to earn money just yet. In 2 days I am.
Still 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to be a taxpayer to earn money online for music. That's why.
But to be fair, like it's all just for the passion. Like it's
Yeah,
seriously
that's the
nothing
best
else,
thing about
like,
it. Because we had a
that's all it
rapper
is.
on 2 episodes ago, and he was saying the exact same things that you were saying. If you don't do it for passion, then it won't turn out as you want. Because
Exactly.
if you're just doing it for the money and the fame, you're not doing it because you want to. You're doing it because it's just something that you feel like. Well, I probably just contradicted myself, but it feels like you want it rather than you feel like you need to do it.
It's
Because
just like
as
like an
artists,
ordinary.
yeah.
Like an ordinary day
money
job,
is bonus.
Yeah, with a passion, you'll do it just whenever. But if you want to do it for the money, then you'll just say, "Oh no, I'll just do it later." But if
Yeah,
you do it for the
literally,
passion, you will do it.
Exactly.
Money and the fame are a bonus to us, really. I mean, obviously, we'd love to have money and fame from it, but at the end of the day, we started it from passion, and it will always be that way. Like, I mean, we'd love to blow up, but you know, at the end of the day, what we enjoy most is just doing the music. You know, like that. It'll always stay the same.
But saying that,
Yeah.
we don't just focus on not making anything. We do try to make ourselves put ourselves out there.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
when you release this album, it'll be sick when you release it, and you'll be really you'll be really proud of yourselves, and then you'll think that's like the level that you can go. But if someone says, "All right, we'll give you this amount of money and make another one," that's just a bonus, isn't it? Like you said.
Literally,
Yeah.
Obviously, it would
Have
be
you
good to
guys
have
have
it.
you guys ever thought about going on any like competitions or anything like that, like your Britain's Got Talent or whatever?
Well, I mean, we haven't done anything like that, but when me and Brad and Damien from the States started working together, we went on, I don't know if you know World Star Hip Hop. They're like a big promotion company.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, we entered a competition with them, and me and Brad and Damien were actually doing really well. And the winner, we're gonna fly out into Vegas and perform with some other big artists. Unfortunately, though, the thing got cancelled due to COVID. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So that would have given
That's
me
so
and Brad a
bad.
big boost. Yeah, like there was I think it was like Tory Lanez or something performing there. So that would have been sick. But
I got rejected from Britain's Got Talent 2 years ago. So
Oh. Hold on, boys. We'll be back in a second. I just need to get a charger.
All right, bro.
I've just got a thing that we've got 10 minutes left of this meeting. So I think for a big question to leave it off, I think you should go a bit in depth of like what do you want to accomplish doing music?
I mean, personally, I'd love to be. It's kind of hard for me and Brad, especially, like being British rappers, and I will say that and completely mean it. Like a lot of times in America, they completely reject British artists for being British and having the accent, and it's like
racist.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean, there's no other word for it, but I mean, like a lot of the time, it's been hard for us. Damien's brought some of his mates to view our music, and they've gone, yeah, they've got good lyrics, but I can't with the accent, and that's it. So
That's shocking. That
kind of limits us to just being big in the UK, which is something it would still be amazing, obviously. But I mean, we always, I mean, America for music is always bigger than the UK in general. But unfortunately, it might be hard for us to make it out there, which is why Musical Geniuses is such a good idea. You know, like with the American guy in there, and Logan sings. You know, Ruben does rock, and with the rock and singing, you can't really tell with the accent. So it's all good to put together and try and make it to the States and outside of the UK.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. You just got to prove yourselves as much as you can. You know, prove your talent, and then they can't not, because at the end of the day, if you're going to start getting big and popular, and they're not going to turn you down if you're a money draw. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you've got to find your ground.
If people are listening to you, then they will ignore you.
Find your ground,
I mean,
and build your character.
If you look at Dave, which is, you know, he's one of the most talented artists in the UK, in my opinion.
I think he is the most, to be honest.
I think he's the most
definitely.
Lyrics are amazing, you know, the story he tells of his music. And unfortunately, I don't even think people in America know who he is.
Some people
like, unless you're really cultured. That's the thing, yeah. And even Stormzy, who's made it kind of in America, still is only on like 3 million monthly listeners. So
Three
it's
listeners.
three listeners, 3 million of it. But yeah, he's still on a low number compared to any American artist that's popular. So it's definitely hard. I mean, you look at any like Lil Pump, you know, he's on like 50 million monthly listeners, and
It's embarrassing.
it's just ridiculous that Dave's on like 4 million.
It's
you know?
shocking. It's wrong,
right?
Like,
yeah.
You got Little Pump who just makes random noises into his microphone, and then you've got people like Dave who can't even get in the American scene.
Exactly.
Like the new KSI release, Don't Play.
Yeah.
I watched Laid Back react to it, and he didn't really like it.
Laid Back.
We're a big fan of him on this channel.
I like Laid Back. Laid Back's a legend. He's a legend.
He's a legend.
Yeah. And I watched another American person's reaction. They didn't really like it either, but I think a lot of the British people think it's his best song yet.
Yeah. Well,
sort of the major
some American people, they have different opinions. One, obviously, you said because they're British, and two, because it's not kind of their style. Sometimes, like, say, for example, KSI's new release, Don't Play, that's kind of like a pop fast beat one. But whereas an American one, like Eminem's new album, that's like, I think that's one of his best ones, in my opinion. I know some people don't really like it. But in his songs, it's kind of like, some of these songs are kind of like slow-ish, and it's kind of like the American style rapping that they're used to. So I think it's something that the Americans will have to adapt, because I think the English music scene is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
It's just about different audiences and different markets, because, you know, I mean, like for you guys, you know, you need to get big in America as well, because that's where all the money is. That's where all the money is in it. So
going back to when you asked what we want to accomplish, I know that personally I want to accomplish sort of like a different aspect of music altogether. Like,
so would you like have your own genre, if you like? Because obviously you come all from different backgrounds, so you could even merge genres together. Do you know what I'm saying?
Something like that. Something different to what Dave produces. Something different to what
you just want to be unique.
Just something that someone isn't already. Like, you want to be something that nobody else is.
Yeah, be your own. Be your own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
So I think coming to the end of this podcast, I want to say a massive thanks to you for coming on. It's been a really interesting.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Man.
As we come to the end, please like and subscribe. God's the link in the description. All their socials. Go follow them. Go listen to their music. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See you guys later.
I'm sorry, but my Wi-Fi.
All right.